Hey there, Marina Ormes here with your Astro vibe for Friday, March 3rd. Sorry about my voice. I've been dealing with a little bit of a cold. But anyway, I'm on the mend and I'm glad to be here with you. Um, we are looking at for today, moon starting out the day in Cancer, but early in the day, the moon goes into Leo. And that Leo energy brings us a fire sign and also the energy of self-expression. So thinking about creativity and movement and what it means to flow from within, from your true self, from that place of authenticity. So self-expression is just what it sounds like. It is the expression of who you are. And who you are is, it certainly can be the expression of not your highest self, right? So self-expression when you are trying to be something you're not, or when you are not really living up to your full potential, that self-expression is going to be, that's going to be what's expressed, right? Is the sort of less than highest potential or possibility for who you are. So what we want to think about when the moon is in Leo is, what does it mean to be expressing yourself in a way that's truly authentic, in a way that is true to who you are. And so when now self-expression means putting it out there, right? It means being seen, being heard, being felt, being known, and having others give you feedback or praise or recognition on that self-expression. So it means being vulnerable, especially when you are really coming from that place of inner truth and who you really are. So when you're expressing that deeper truth, you are really putting yourself out there in a way that can be seen and potentially judged. And that's where we, head from Leo into the energy of Virgo. So Virgo in the zodiac follows Leo. The moon will go into Virgo after it spends a couple of days in Leo. And sometimes we can have that inner critic or outer critic coming in after we've done the self-expression. But also, if we think about the real highest possibility of that Virgo energy that's going to be coming in a couple of days, it is to fine tune. It is to say, okay, what did I like about how I express myself? What did I not like? And how we can adjust or modify to make it even better. And so there's really no like judgment in the sense of you'd failed or you did it wrong. It's really, Virgo energy is really only saying, here's what you noticed that how you could do that even better, or in a way that is more true, in a way that is more clear, in a way that is more free. So coming back to the Leo energy, which is where we are heading today as the moon shifts from Cancer into Leo. So Cancer, remember, is that sign of feelings, of emotions coming up, of feeling sensitive. And we've been talking about that for the last couple of days in these videos, and how to manage the sensitivity, what you might be experiencing, what it means, how to work with it. And so a couple days ago I had a video about that. So if you're noticing, that over the last couple of days you've been feeling things or really moving some emotional processes, those videos might be helpful if you missed those. But for today, again, we are moving into this energy of self-expression. And so thinking about how you want to share. How do you want to put who you are into some form that can be seen, that can be heard, that can be received by others? So for others to receive, you have to put it out there. And again, sometimes that means taking some risks, being vulnerable. So to manage that, right, to best support yourself and provide the best self-care for yourself, you want to be grounded. You want to be clear about what feels important and true and right to you. So in other words, when you get up, throw on your clothes and rush out the door without really taking the time to take care of yourself, to center yourself, to breathe, and to well, I guess centering is what I'm getting at, really, like really getting centered within yourself. So if you're rushing, right, and you're not taking that time to get centered, you might have that self-expression coming from a place that is not from your own center. So in that case, you're experiencing what it is like to share or express things that haven't been really, that you're not really clear about where they're coming from and why. If you are taking that time to get clear for yourself, to take care of yourself so that you feel relaxed, right? So you're not coming from a place of stress or fear or reactivity, but you're feeling relaxed and clear within yourself about who you are. And then you can go and make your proposal, tell your story, share your creative or artistic vision. So it's putting things into, maybe it's making art, maybe it's working on a creative project. But again, it's really about how clear you are about what's important to you and why it's meaningful, why you care about it, and why it feels true and right for you. And so when you do those things, right, you're setting yourself up for greater success. And so coming back to that idea of sometimes we are truly in a hurry, sometimes we don't have that time to really center ourselves. And so again, coming back to that idea of self-love and self-patience and not judging yourself because you made a hasty decision or you jumped into something that wasn't fully formed or really had that clarity behind it. In that case, you want to forgive yourself. So that's, and the self-love, the self-care, that, okay, yeah, I didn't do it the way I really wanted to that time, but that's okay because I can always do it again in the future in a different way. And I'm noticing, how I want to do it differently. And that's really all it is. When we get hard on ourselves about, looking back and realizing maybe we didn't do it the way we wanted to or hoped to, or it didn't work out the way we thought we could pull off, then it's just about that present moment of kindness for ourselves, being kind, and that also bringing that and carrying that into when we do head into the Virgo moon energy. So also today we now have Mercury, which is the planet of communication, of thinking and ideas and processing information. That planet went into Pisces yesterday. And so yesterday I had a video for you about the conjunction of Mercury and Saturn and the conjunction of Venus and Jupiter, which were both happening and kind of giving a tone or a feel to some of the vibes that are happening. And so if you missed yesterday's video, those two conjunctions, you know, kind of creating set points for ourselves and opportunities to think about where we are with respect to those energies. Check out yesterday's video for more on that. And then today we have Mercury now in Pisces, so Mercury being the planet of communication, of thinking, of thought processes, and problem solving is now in Pisces, which is very intuitive. And so we have more, less in the form of words and rational thought, and more in the form of nonverbal communication, intuition, sort of more of those psychic ways of knowing, right? What we would call psychic information, but it's really just, you know, oh, I felt it before the words formulated in my head, right? That's all it is. It's like, you know, I felt or I knew what that person was going to say, or I felt or I knew, you know, what was unfolding in our thinking about this issue or topic before it was articulated. And so that Mercury in Pisces energy brings us that feeling of intuition and the flow of information in that way that is sort of pre-verbal or nonverbal or more on a feeling sense level. And so trust that, you know, trust communication that needs to happen non-verbally and that can sometimes transcend the container of our language and our words. And Mercury will be in Pisces for a couple of weeks. Some, you know, on average, Mercury stays in a sign for about a month, right? It goes through 12 signs in a year, but sometimes it stays longer, sometimes shorter. So even though we have that average, sometimes and in this case, it will be in Pisces for just a couple of weeks. So this is the time when we'll be experiencing that, the way that communication is flowing in a more intuitive and flowy way. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I am Marina Ormes, the founder of Astrology Heals at astrologyheals.com. You can learn more about me and my and how to work with me there at astrologyheals.com, and also my books that I've written. And you might find, if you're enjoying these videos, you might find some good information in those books that you would enjoy about how to work with astrology for you and your own life. And thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate all of your support and comments and likes. And thanks again for being here. I will see you next time with the astrology of unshakable self-care. All right. Bye for now.